we never really play short corners, do we?
We did it like 2 or 3 times.
And we did it 2 or 3 times, and we actually, you know, created a few opportunities from that, which is actually something, interestingly enough, that I remember reading an article from The Athletic saying that that's what Conte used to do. He likes to mix up his corner routines, and he likes to come up with different routines from corners, and I think that's definitely something we've struggled with recently, mixing it up.
I mean, I felt like our level of our corners for years now,
just near post, looking for the near post,
it's been terrible. Same thing every time, so predictable. It hardly ever went past the first man, especially when Eriksen was taken.
I remember early days under Poch, we used to actually regularly, it used to work. We used to, I think the amount of times like Alderweireld or die, we used to get to the near post, and we used to get we actually scored quite a few goals from set pieces at that near post. But I don't know whether it's just teams figured it out or the quality of delivery got worse, or both. But the goals really dried up in the last couple of years.
You need to keep your opposition guessing. You need to keep your opposition guessing. You need to keep things fresh. You need to be unpredictable. And, you know, this is what these kind of things bring. Definitely.
All right, so let's get into some clips. This is the first moment in the first half where we're attacking. This is where Kane plays through Lucas Moura. Again, as you can see, pretty central, these 3 players. There's Son, Kane, Lucas. You've got Reguilon wide left. Emerson is far back, but he's on the wide right. You've got the 3 central players. Again, that's how Conte likes to attack. Once Reguilon plays this pass into Harry Kane into space. We're bypassing the Brentford midfield. Once Harry Kane gets there, again, Reguilon joins the attack. He's there. You've got the 2 forward players. You've got the 3, again, really central. And I think that's going to be a feature of our play in this 3-4-3. These 3 attackers really central. Kane playing the ball through here to Lucas Moura, who's going to be in on goal. And obviously, again, not only is when Lucas is there, but Reguilon's there at the back post. If Lucas finds a cross or something, Reguilon's there to
parry from a keeper or something,
exactly, anything. Like that fullback role is going to be so. We've said it right from the start. It's going to be so crucial, and time again, you're seeing that every time we attack, one of the fullbacks is there at the back post, ready to tap it home. Here again, this is interesting because what Conte was talking about is having Son in that number 10 role before the game. And here he is. Look how central Son is. You never really associate Son with being that central and that deep. But here he is. Højbjerg is about to head the ball into Son. And Son's got all this space to run into in the number 10 role. And as we know, he comes forward. He runs into the space. And then obviously from this position, he gets a shot, forcing a good save from the keeper. But we never would see Son in this kind of area. Usually he's kind of... You associate Son with like these kind of areas here on the left-hand side, cutting inside and curling into the far corner and stuff. But I think Conte wants to see him in these central areas a lot more. And it's something I think Son has struggled with a bit in the first couple of games, kind of finding those spaces and getting used to it. But yesterday was the first time we definitely saw him picking up a lot better spaces and making it more difficult for the Brentford players to pick him up. And here's that was an example of him being in that number 10, but being effective.
And, you know, if he can find those pockets of spaces in those positions like that, you know, he's dynamite from there.
Exactly. Absolutely. We also know as well, left foot, right foot, you can't. He's 2-footed, very ambidextrous, so it's going to be very hard to stop him when he's in those kind of positions, getting shots off. And also, you want him centrally because him closer to goal or within the width of the goal, like I feel like that's where he's just his most dangerous. You know, we need him in those kind of positions.
Definitely.
And also, obviously, before we go on, who's there in case if Son holds the ball off? Who's there? Reguilon running on the outside as always.
Reguilon is going to be like that bad rash that you just can't get off.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I think as well, maybe I don't know whether
it's going to be like a shadow that you just can't get rid of.
It seems as though Reguilon, I don't know whether he's been given more license, but he definitely gets forward a lot more than Emerson for sure. I think maybe he's given a bit more license to go forward potentially. And maybe Emerson just picks and chooses. It seems like Reguilon every time is there every time.
I think because the way the structure of the team is, right, we're a lot more better on the left-hand side, and we're a lot more solid on the left-hand side with Ben Davis there, and with Sonny there. You know, on the other side of the park, we had Davinson Sanchez, and he doesn't fill too much people with confidence. And, you know,
Yeah, potentially. You're right. Second half, again, this time we've got those three central forwards. Skip's on the ball here in the centre. He's going to play the fullback, but this time Reguilon is a bit further back, allowing Emerson that chance to go forward, and he's actually in a lot of space. But because you got these three forwards, I think that's Rico Henry. He's dragged inside. He's worried about him. It allows Emerson space, but because Skip's quality actually goes through there to Harry Kane, who I'm not sure who would have been offside there or not. I'm not sure. Maybe he's onside. But again, those three forwards, you got the wide fullback, and it allows opportunities to get in on goal. And Harry Kane obviously gets through. Probably should be doing better with the chance, hits the keeper. But as you see, the still frame when Kane shoots, you got the three central forwards and you got a wide wing back, always in shot, which goes to show how crucial those players are going to be for Conte, and it shows us getting to grips with how he wants to play. You're starting to see the structure there, aren't you? Every single time we're there, three forwards centrally, two wing backs helping out the team.
And when you compare that to, you know, Jose Mourinho, all we had was Kane and Son up there.
Literally just Kane and Son every time. It was so easy to defend against. This is the second goal. You got Sanchez here, who's about to play a long ball or a long clearance further up the pitch. You've got, but this is from a Brentford throw, actually, I believe. With one possession back, you've got Emerson, Dyer, Davis pretty deep with Højbjerg and Skip. So it gives a lot more license to Reguilon to go forward. Again, you got these three forwards, You got the three forwards there, pretty centrally. You got Reguilon busting a gut to go forward. Son lays it off for Harry Kane. Reguilon moves forward over there on the left-hand side. And because these defenders, they were because Kane's deep, they're all quite deep. They're kind of dragged towards the forwards, allowing all this space here for Reguilon. They didn't pick him up. The Canalos, I think, caught too far forward. There's Harry Kane playing a lovely through ball to Reguilon, and then it's just a foot race between, I think that's Janssen here and Son, and there's only going to be one winner once Reguilon gets in that position. Reguilon's there in the forward line. Kane's obviously too deep. He's still got Lucas and Son supporting. Great ball from Reguilon to Sonny, and he's able to just tap it into the empty net. And again, there's Reguilon. If I think under Nuno, Reguilon's not getting in that position. He's not busting it up, but because he knows every time we get forward, pretty much, he has to bust a gut to get in that final third, Reguilon. I think it's just getting second nature him to be in that position now.
It really
is. It got him another assist, and again, it's how Conte wants to play, and we're really seeing it now.
It's just it's crazy, his fitness, Reguilon. It really is how it's come on, because he is literally back in defence, up attack, back in defence, up at attack. I mean, he's everywhere. He's literally everywhere, Reguilon. It's madness.
Yeah, and we really need to make the most of it, because he's got amazing energy. But not only does he have amazing energy, but his quality on the ball is good as well. And we've seen before with Conte, you know, with Perisic, with Marcus Alonso, Victor Moses and stuff. These players, they have energy, but they also have quality on the ball, which you need in that position. And I think Reguilon, he will improve. But I think he's already got a solid base to go off with his crossing and his final end product. So I'm really excited for Reguilon, what he's going to offer going forward, and how many goals and assists. He's already in my fantasy team, and because I think he's going to start that output growing, and I think we're already seeing that with him more so than Emerson. I think Emerson, his output has got a lot more work to do than Reguilon.
I think with Emerson we're going to see, I agree with that, but I think with Emerson we're going to see him contributing a lot more once we have a competent defence, more or less. Once we have Romero back in the side, or once we bring in another centre-back that can fill in that right role, I do think we're going to see Emerson contributing a lot more.
Yeah, I agree with that. We haven't seen the kind of quality that Reguilon has in Emerson just yet in that final third.
No, we haven't.
Defensively, I think he's pretty solid, to be fair. I know he got beaten by that Leeds player the other week, but I think I don't think he's been caught out too many times. I think he's all right, and I think energy-wise, he's good at being an option. He's always there, so you always have to think about him, don't you? Because he's very good at getting into that final third. We just haven't seen the level that we've seen from Reguilon yet in terms of getting good quality crosses and stuff. I think we've seen a bit, but haven't seen a consistent level of quality just yet from Emerson. So we're still waiting on that. But Reguilon, I think, definitely has that ability.
The problem is, though, I think that if Reguilon is not playing in this team, we're going to lose so much. We're going to lose so much. We don't have anyone else that can do that. I mean, we've got Ryan Sessegnon, but nowhere near the levels of Reguilon, let's be honest.
I mean, yeah, I have to agree with that in terms of energy, in terms of ability to confidence as well. Definitely a big factor. When it comes to quality in the final third, we haven't seen it at Tottenham. We've seen it at other clubs that he does have a bit of quality in the final third, more goal scoring than it is like getting assists and stuff. But I do think he has quality, and he just hasn't shown it yet.
I'm talking about now in December, because Reguilon's not going to be able to play every single game in December. You know
so
what I mean?
So he's going to have to step up, hopefully, and maybe in a more functional team, rather than the one against Mura, he might be better. But yeah, for sure, it's a big ask for Sessegnon to match anything close to what Reguilon is going to offer right now. But I do think his skill set definitely could allow him to play in this formation for sure.
Yeah.